4th of Sun's Dawn. The Tower Mzark lift led out close to Fort Dunstad. Although it was a rather long and cold run, I wanted to go find my horse where we'd left him at Alftand. Oh, Serana. Breathe that fresh air. So we headed east down the road. We made good time and found my steady, loyal mount waiting where I'd left him. I mounted up and led the way back over the same road we just traveled, continuing past our Blackreach exit point and all the way west to Druadach Redoubt. Oh, I wish you could enjoy the sunshine like I do. Oh, it sure feels nice. Come on, it looks like we need to go this way. There it is. Get ready for some forsworn, Serana. When we arrived there, we cleared out the forsworn and found the weapon that Florentius had sent us for. Should be nothing after all those Filmora, eh? Come on out, savages. Come on out and play. Damn it. Ah, there you are. You get her, Serana. I got this one. Or not. I'll just get them both. Ah. Ouch. All right.
Rocks and valley, crevices and hiding places. This is the kind of place where hermits and fanatics dwell.
Aye, and forsworn savages too, apparently. Let's go check this place out. Up here.
Good. Let's get inside there. The sun is starting to get to me.
All right. Sorry about that, Serana. Okay, come on. Let's see if we can sneak up on them, eh? Take them by surprise. Huh. It's actually a pretty nice camp in here. There's one. Can we get her? Oh, damn it.
It almost doesn't even look real, you know?
Aye.
Show yourself!
You'd think that they would be living here. Alright, I see some more. There's one up there. No, I can't get these runes in a good spot. Damn. Oh. Alright. Guess I did a better job than I thought, eh? Let's see if we can sneak up on the rest. Quiet now, Serana. Right up here. I hear them. Oh.
Who's there?
Oh. Where did she come from? Oh. Nice job. Alright, get the briar heart. There we go. This magic doesn't stand up to ours, does it? Oh, where did you come from? Another one was hiding out. Alright. Is that the end of them now? Alright, see what's in this chest. This is a pretty difficult lock for a savage. Interesting. Alright. Now, to find this artifact. It's not on him. Interesting map. Let's see. Do they have another chest somewhere? Ah. There we go. Aha! The Dawn Guard Rune Hammer. That must be it. Actually, there's some nice things in here. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Thank you. I was too tired to travel any farther, so we decided to bunk down inside the cave for the night. Despite the primitive ways of the Forsworn, their campsite was quite clean, and it was warm, so there was no reason to seek elsewhere for a decent place to bed down. Some interesting food already cooking. We just throw some things in and make our own stew. You know, Sarana, it's pretty warm and nice here. I'm thinking we should just stay here for the night. All right. Okay, listen, you need to keep lookout, okay? Because I need some sleep. Fifth of Sun's Dawn. After an uneventful night, I got up early and we were back on the road to Fort Dunstad. Fortunately, the trip was also uneventful, but still slow thanks to Sarana. Okay, Sarana, we got the hammer, we got the scroll. Now it's time to head back. Hopefully Dexion can read this for us. We can find out the rest of the prophecy, and then we can start to make a plan for going after your father. We arrived late in the afternoon. All right, let's go. Upon entering the main hall, we found Dexion sitting along the wall with a blindfold on.
Guess what we brought?
I had a sinking feeling that I knew what that meant. And upon inquiring, I was correct.
Journey was successful?
I've brought the scrolls, but,
I'm sorry, my friend. I can no longer be of use in this matter.
Dexion, why are you wearing a blindfold? What has happened?
It's my fault. In my haste to read the first scroll, I neglected the careful preparation required. I thought I'd be able to allay the after effects, but I was wrong. Now I am paying for it.
Oh no. The old man had gone blind from reading the first scroll. You have gone blind, Dexion?
Blind? Yes, I'm afraid so.
My heart sank. Well, first, because I was sorry for him, but coming in at a close second was the realization that he would be unable to read either of the 2 new scrolls we'd brought. What can we do to help you? We need you to read this scroll.
No, it will have to run its course. and there's always the chance I may never recover.
Oh. Great. Then I guess we are finished. All was not lost, however,
No,
for Dexion
there is
told us
another
about an
way.
ancient
The
ritual
question
that
is,
might work
how
as an
much are you willing to
alternative.
risk to find Oriel's bow?
How much am I willing to risk? Pretty much everything to save my homeland and my kin.
I can't guarantee you'd be free from harm. Becoming
It
blind
involved
could be the
using
least of your
ancestor moths at a place called the Ancestor Glade. Alright, well, I'll take the risk. Just tell me what to do if there is something we can do.
Scattered across Tamriel are secluded locations known only as Ancestor Glades. There's one in Skyrim in the Pine Forest. Performing the ritual of the Ancestor Moth within the glade should provide the answers you seek.
Alright, that's it? Just perform a ritual? There must be more to it.
It involves carefully removing the bark from a canticle tree, which will in turn attract ancestor moths to you.
Ancestor.
Once enough of the moths are following, they'll provide you with the second sight needed to decipher the scrolls.
Really? You are telling me that moths are the secret? And all I have to do is gather bark? How do I do that?
In keeping with tradition, you must use a specific tool in the Ancestor Glade, an implement known as a draw knife. Every moth priest is taught this ritual, but few ever get the chance to perform it. You should consider yourself fortunate if it works for you.
Aye. Sounds pretty crazy, actually, Dexion. Assuming it works, do I read the scrolls in any particular order?
From what I saw in the vision, the Elder Scroll which foreshadows the defiance of the gods with the blood of mortals is the key to the prophecy.
Somehow the moths could help channel magic that would allow one to read the Elder Scrolls. The key was collecting enough moths to create a magical aura, and apparently the bark from a special tree could attract the creatures for said purpose. Why don't you explain to me how a moth can have anything to do with reading the scrolls, huh?
Well, as I'm sure you figured out by now, it's no mere coincidence that we're named Moth Priests.
Aye.
The voice of the Ancestor Moth has always been an integral part of reading the Elder Scrolls.
I don't understand. What do you mean the voice? The moth. The moths can barely make any sound at all.
Oh, the moths don't literally read the scrolls, but they maintain a connection to ancient magic that allows the moth priests to decipher them. If you listen closely when you find the glade, you should be able to hear their song, a soft, harmonious trilling. It's through this ancestral chorus that the moths tap into a form of primal augur and become a conduit for deciphering the scrolls.
Alright, that doesn't really make any sense to me, but okay, the moths have special magic. But how does that actually help a moth priest?
By having the ancestor moths close to the moth priest, they can utilize the conduit and share the moth's augury. Only the most resilient of priests can do it this way. It takes years of practice to interpret the harmony.
Alright, and I have no idea what I'm doing here, Dexion. I have no training. So how do I even stand a chance with all of this?
You've come this far, and you've found several Elder Scrolls. Whether you believe it or not, the scrolls have a mind of their own. If they did not want you to find them, they would not allow it. Because of this, I strongly believe you were meant to hear the ancestral chorus. Only one way to find out.
Well, that's certainly true. Alright. Well, listen, what about What about you, though? What went wrong when you read the first scroll, eh? You have been trained for many years.
Deciphering one of the Elder Scrolls is nothing like reading a simple book. There is quite a bit of ritual and concentration required. It can take months or even years to complete a single scroll, and even then, months to recover.
Well, obviously we don't have months and months. But even, with all of your training, even without months of preparation, is this normal?
Sadly, yes. It is the inevitable fate we agree to pursue when reading the Elder Scrolls. It generally does not occur until a moth priest is in his latter years, but in my case, I simply was not preparing myself properly. Deciphering one of the Elder Scrolls is nothing like reading a simple book. There is quite a bit of ritual and concentration required. It can take months or even years to complete a single scroll, and even then, months to recover.
Well, I am sorry, Dexion. I did not mean for this to result in your blindness. It is unfortunate. But we must stop Harkon. There is no price too big.
Good luck. I hope you find the answers you seek.
I hope we reach Ancestor Glade soon.
Thank you, Dexion. We will try our best. Oh, Serana. You may be anxious to get there, but,
I've helped you all that I can. The rest is up to you.
Aye. Thank you, Dexion. Although I was keen to try Dexion's suggestion, we needed some time to rest and resupply. Really? Hey, Florentius.
Watching over me for years now.
We stayed at the fort overnight, which gave me time to speak to everyone. I spoke to Florentius and tried to give him the weapon we retrieved, but he just told me to keep it and use it. Despite my insistence that neither Serana or I wanted to wield the heavy weapon, he would not take it. Hey, Gunmar. When I ran into Gunmar, he asked me to take care of another vampire. This one had infiltrated a bandit camp at Valtheim Towers. If he managed to complete his plan of turning the entire camp, it would be disastrous. So I agreed, figuring that we could probably stop there before heading to the glade. Hey, Sorina.
I like what Eastron has done with the place. It's good to see someone else who's really prepared.
Then I spoke to Sorina and handed over the new set of schematics. I'm back from Bloodskull Barrow. She was again very pleased and got to work right away making some of the new bolts. Here's the new bolt schematics that he wanted.
Oh, good. I was just starting to get bored. Would you look at that? An exploding crossbow bolt. This should be fun. Here, let me show you how this works. I'll have some for sale soon.
All right. Listen, why don't you just tell me what if you have anything more before I could escape. She asked me to hunt down one more set of blueprints. This time in the ruins of Mazinchaleft.
Be a dear and fetch me another set of Dwemer diagrams.
More? All right. Take a rest, Serana. I'm going to study these spellbooks, okay? With the next leg of our journey laid out and our bags full of fresh supplies, I was able to relax for the rest of the evening. I spent my time by the fire in the common room, studying some new spellbooks I'd purchased from Florentius and Sorina. After a few hours, I had learned 4 new spells, all of them restoration-based magic They'd use the power of the sun to harm undead. They would be powerful weapons against our vampiric foes, but I'd have to be careful using them around Serana.